Alright, as promised, we're going to try to show you how to turn things into groups. Let me draw 4 inch by 4 inch by 4 foot tube, which this is not. Start over. Right, as you can see me type down in the bottom right corner, just 4 inches by 4 feet, which is not quite what I wanted, but that works. And we're going to raise it up 4 inches. And as you can see, I just made that into a group. Now what that's going to do is it's going to keep things from interacting with one another. Now when you explode a group that you've had before, what that's going to do is that's going to make it turn into the original piece, like everything else that you build. Now I'm going to copy and paste it, and I'm going to give you an example of what happens when you take two things that are not groups and you put them together. And everybody's had this happen to them, and they scream and yell like, what the heck is going on? Well, by turning it into a group, we're not going to have this problem anymore. So let's make another piece here, and we'll show you how you can successfully make something into a group, put them together, and have them act interdependently. And triple click, make group. There we go. And we'll copy and paste this, just so we have another piece. Alright, now we've got two pieces that are groups here. Now both of these groups will not interact with one another while they are still groups. So we can move it around. See, we don't have that stretch that's going on when you put things together that aren't groups. And just for some sake of movement, we'll go into a little bit more movement later, but you just grab the corner of anything you want to do. Here, let's make this entire thing here into a group, just to show you that you can make two groups of something into a singular group. So each one of these is still a group. We can move both of these anywhere we want, but they're still individual groups as well. So if you make one tube group, the other tube group, and then you outline both of them, you can make both of those into a group and move them together. As you can see, the box, everything else is also grouped together, but the box itself as a whole is also a group, so I can move the entire box around as well. Much like I'm doing with our two little 4 inch by 4 inch by 4 foot tubes. And as you see, because they're still groups, you can still move them apart from one another, and they don't stick. What I did there previously is I just exploded the group that allows me to then take my two separate groups and move them around dependently from one another as when they were already a group. And there's just some more movement, as you can see. Once again, I can make both of these into a group, as you can see by the outline when you click on it, and you get that square around it saying that these are a group. And you can still move them around. And I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. It makes the moving a lot easier. We'll go into that here towards the end. But again, you click out, you click in, and it moves the entire group. And again, edit group. Hold on a second. There we go. Now I edited the entire group. Now I'm going to edit just the single piece. And when you edit the single piece, it enables you to now you can click on individual sides and edit that piece. Once you click out and you click back in again, then it all of a sudden becomes a group, and it only requires one click, and it will select the entire group for ease of movement. As you can see over here, we're going to turn this entire thing into a group, the entire box. And we'll hit make group, and we'll move it around. As you can see, you can move the entire box. However, because all these pieces of this box are also individual groups, we can click on one piece of this, and we can actually move those if we want to. And we'll see right here, edit group. Let's say I've clicked on one individual group of the whole group, which sounds a little bit confusing, but after you start doing it, you'll understand. And now we can click on the whole thing again and move it around. It makes things so much easier when you're able to do this. It took me a while to figure it out, but after you get it, and after I pass my knowledge on to you, you'll be an expert in no time. Now let's get into a little bit of more movement here. Now what you want to do to make things snap to each other is SketchUp's really good about when you take a point and you go to another point, it'll snap it right to that. So a lot of things, if you want to move things, just move them to another point that's already located on a different axis. The only tricky part is going to be is sometimes it will want to move on a certain axis. And if that's the case, you just have to change your view, the way that you're looking at whatever it is you want to move, just like the problem we're having here. Just change your view and move it, and you'll be able to be up or down, side to side, whatever you need to do, just depending on your view. So again, this is just me going from corner to corner. And actually, once you get on a corner like this, what's nice is it knows where the edge is. So now you can slide things on the edge. And if you go up or you go you miss the edge, don't worry about it, because it'll snap right back to that edge. And that is surface on surface. So you can line things up, you can slide them. And we've got, we'll take the center point, which is right there, and then we take the center point and put it on the center point of the other group, and now we have a perfect T, if you will. And once again, you can slide it right along the face of the other surface. And it makes movement much easier. Use these tips and tricks, and movement should be a lot easier for you. Thanks for watching.